welcome back to another video. Yeah, it's Monday, January 13th currently, and yeah, it's the last week of the 12 for 30 challenge actually. So yeah, fifth week to be precise. And I will actually be doing more than 30 days. But the reason for that is that I also did not work 12-hour days on Christmas Eve, first Christmas Day, and I think January 1st, because due to family and festive things, that was a little bit difficult or pretty much impossible. Um, but in order to compensate for that, I will extend the challenge, and I hope everyone is fine with that. Yeah, I mean, maybe it wasn't the best time to start the challenge like during the end of December, because there are like so many festive things going on. But like for me, whenever I want to do something, I think it's always best to start right away and don't push it further into an unknown future. Yeah, so that's what I did, and wanted to use this week to kind of recap the whole challenge, like what I think of it, how it affected me, and yeah, just also share like how I will continue like working forward, stuff like that. So stay tuned, follow that, and yeah, enjoy. So, what's up, guys? Yeah, it is Tuesday now. Got a very nice and productive day yesterday with the other two boys, and yeah, we also reviewed the second sample, which was the shirt with the black print, which we all really liked. Like, it looked better than the white one, but the problem is that you can't really see the print. So we're trying to find a way to basically get a darker print, but still making it visible with, like, I don't know, a reflective print or something else. But anyways, about to start working, so I thought, might as well show you guys what kind of supplements I personally take, because these are pretty much like my essentials, if you would call them that. So first of all, we got creatine, monohydrate. I don't think that there's a reason why you should take any other form of creatine. It's the best research one. It's known to be efficacious, and I take 10 grams daily. For a while I took 5, and then I read about this whole like base your creatine intake on your weight. And I thought, might as well try that, and I did see an increase in like how I felt, so that's why I stopped with 10 grams. Then we got some electrolytes. Don't necessarily take them every day, but especially yesterday I felt like really dehydrated, and I had like an really exhausting cardio session in the evening, so wanna add some electrolytes in the mix. Then some vitamin D3 K2, just makes sense, especially now in the winter when our body doesn't produce as much D3. So yeah, want to take care of that as well. Then we got omega 3s, just for general health and stuff. I do try to increase my omega 3 index, so that is why I'm taking that as well. And then lastly, we have ashwagandha, which I actually really started to take more consistently since we launched the product. And I do have to say, like, the increase in my sleep quality is crazy. Like, I sleep so much better than before. Like, it's definitely like an increase that you can really feel. So that is really nice. And I also read that it has like an increase on sports performance. And I do have to say, man, my weights have been moving up really well in the last couple of days or weeks. So I don't know if that's because of the ashwagandha or something else, but yeah, just gonna get that all down, and then we are going to get to work. Yeah, let's go.
guys, so yeah, we are on our way back now from one of the supplement shops that we sell our products at. Yeah, and I think I mentioned this in one of my first videos, but you can definitely learn a lot from, you know, like retailers or like people in your industry that necessarily don't have the same type of business model that you have. But yeah, anyways, this week I wanted to like recap the challenge a little bit, and I wanted to start off with kind of like the biggest difficulties that I had during the last 4 weeks, or this week is the 5th week, so the last 4 weeks. And I mentioned this before, but sleep was definitely one. So just like recovery in general, since I work pretty much like 7 days throughout the week, I never really had like a day where you can kind of like chill and recover a little bit. And it was fine for the most part, but just some days, I was just so slumped, like just so tired, couldn't really like, concentrate. Which also impacted like the productivity a lot, and also creativity. I definitely like felt it when it came to, like coming up with new ideas and stuff, that my mind was just so slow. But yeah, that was one. And also then just organization. I mean, like it sounds great to, work 12 hours a day, but then again, if you work that much, you also need to have work to do. So, because like for us, we are in a really early stage with our company, so like the processes aren't necessarily streamlined. So every time we have to come up with something, on our own. And that is definitely difficult, and that also impacted like my productivity, I would say, negatively in some ways. But yeah, like those were like probably like the biggest difficulties I had to face during the challenge. Everything else was pretty much fine. Like the motivation wasn't a problem. Like you just got so used to it, waking up, working. That, I mean, at least that wasn't for me like a problem. Like it just everything around it was just difficult. Yeah. Check. Alright guys, so yeah, we are in university today, at least for the first half of the day. Yeah, because the exam phase is getting closer and we definitely do need to spend more time studying. So that's what we're gonna do today, at least until like, 11 or 12 o'clock. It is currently 8. Yeah, so we got a couple hours ahead of us. Anyways, what I now wanted to mention was like what helped me the most to kind of get through the challenge, or what made it easier. And the first thing being like really trying to organize myself better, and in like any kind of form, especially like now since I'm working on like multiple projects simultaneously, would really help to like every 3 or 4 days kind of refresh the projects, kind of see like, all right, like where are we at and what needs to be done, and then like formulate like to-dos or tasks on that basis. And like a big part of it was also just like getting used to it. Like, for example, at the beginning, like working consecutively these many hours in a day felt kind of like weird and like a little much. But then after like 2 weeks or like 2.5 weeks, maybe even after like the 3rd week, like it just like, like you woke up and you're like, all right, just another day. So that also really helped and just like made it easier. I mean, that's kind of like a passive thing, but just like, to have that trust that it will get easier over time is also kind of nice. Also, it is supposed to be a challenge. So like even the word itself describes that it's supposed to be challenging. So I think it should be, in a way, it should be difficult. And it definitely was, especially, as mentioned before, the difficulties. And I do have one other difficulty that I will mention later in the video. But yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of what helped me and what I would recommend for anyone trying to do the challenge on their own. But yeah, now we're gonna get some studying in. Alright, so guys, yeah, it's now 9:40 in the evening. Yeah, pretty long day today, but it was also very successful. We finished up the design for the protein powder. That actually took a long time this time because we wanted to connect kind of like our performance line with our essentials line, and yeah, you know, to have like a coherent overall design aesthetic for the whole brand. But yeah, really happy with the result. And a topic that I want to talk about now is, you know, like what is the plan going forward, and is a challenge, or, you know, like working 12 hours a day continuously, is that sustainable over the long run? And I gotta say, from like sheer input wise, you know, like sitting here for 12 hours a day, I don't mind that. I think that's totally fine. But the thing is that you really don't have time for literally anything else. I mean, I go to the gym like 4 to 5 times a week, usually 5 times, sometimes 6, but that's on a rare occasion. And like on those days, I wake up around like 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, I work, I go to the gym, sometimes throughout the day. That usually takes me like 2.5 hours. You know, like the whole thing, driving to the gym, training, driving back, you know, taking a shower, 2 hours, 45 minutes, something around that. You know, then I work, and then I barely get done around like 9 o'clock or 9:30, how it is today, you know? So like, it is literally from the moment I wake up until the end of the day, like you're doing something. And I think that's good. But also on the other side, you know, like sometimes you wanna, like, if I'm like talking to someone for too long, I'm like losing time, you know, like it makes the 12 hours more unrealistic. So that is really hard, and I would say that that's not necessarily sustainable for a really long time. For a phase, that's great, you know, I don't mind that for like 30 days or 5 weeks. Totally, not a problem. But if we're talking like half a year or maybe a year or 2 years, that might be a little difficult. So like those are just like my thoughts on that. And that was also the one difficulty that I wanted to talk about. Nevertheless, I do want to, you know, keep a very high input going forward. You know, like I don't want to drop down to like 6 hours a day. That's not the plan. So I want to stay in the double digits. Like 10 hours, I think is very realistic. I also do want to keep that 7-day rhythm. So I think I'm like overall aiming at like a minimum of like 70 hours a week. That's at least the plan for now. And I think that should give me some space to do other things as well. And you know, like there might be like a 12-hour day here, and then there might be like an 8-hour day there. So yeah, that's the whole plan going forward. Because I think that is more sustainable. But anyways, got a great day ahead of us tomorrow as well, because we are visiting a friend who opened up his own gym, and that should be really exciting. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, but let's go to bed now. All right. Alright guys, so it's currently Saturday. Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning, or actually not anymore. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. Been up for quite a while now. And yeah, we just visited a friend at a run, and now we are driving pretty close to Cologne to visit another friend who just opened up his first gym. And yeah, that should be really exciting. You know, we're gonna bring some of our products to him and some gifts as well, and maybe even hit like a little session. So
I hope
yeah,
so.
take you guys along. Let's go. Alright guys, so yeah, we're at the gym now. It's actually really sick. We just got a tour and they have like a bunch of really cool old school machines there. Yeah, so the gift was very well received, which was very nice. And yeah, now we are gonna get a very nice upper body session in, and yeah, Alright guys, so yeah, it is Sunday now, yeah, and still got a little bit of work to do to finish up the last day of the 12 hours, but so far we are looking very good. I think I checked yesterday evening and we have like 74 hours or so already this week, yeah, so we are very much in the green. But yeah, gonna finish up this day with 12 hours as well. And yeah, just wanted to kind of like share my final thoughts towards the challenge. Overall, I think it was very, yeah, I would say like enjoyable experience, you know, very insightful. And I would definitely advise anyone to try this challenge as well. I think it is never like a wasted effort to do something challenging, you know, that pushes you towards your limits and like outside of your comfort zone. And I mean, it definitely did for me, especially with sleep, since I'm usually a person who really tries to focus on sleep and prioritizes that really heavily. But I also did learn that you can definitely function even if you don't sleep well for like a couple nights in a row. So, you know, that it's not like the end of the world. And that already was like a huge learning, you know, even something minor like this, like take that learning. And if I, you know, apply that and look back at it in like 5 years or so, that might have had like a huge impact. And I got so much more out of it as well. So yeah, try it. I think it is absolutely worth it. Let me know if you do so, because I think it is always really cool if people do something like this. I don't know, it's really inspirational for me as well. So yeah, but for now, I hope that you guys enjoyed this documentation of the challenge and the way that I did it. And overall, you know, always keep on grinding. I will do so myself, and see you next week. But for now,